the derivative to determine whether the function f of x equals x cubed plus 3x plus 1 has an inverse. Use calculus concepts to explain your answer. Well, if you recall from these, we basically want to find out if f is strictly monotonic, meaning that it's always increasing or always decreasing, and we will use a critical number to determine that. So the first thing that I want to do is to find the derivative. The derivative of x cubed plus 3x plus 1 will be 3x squared plus 3. The next thing that I want to do is take the derivative and set it equal to 0. Subtract 3, I'll get 3x squared equals negative 3. Divide by 3, I'll get x squared is equal to negative 1. If I try to square root both sides, I can't take the square root of negative 1 and get a real answer. So there is no solution, which means there are no critical numbers. I'm still going to make my f prime chart. So if I make my f prime chart, there are no numbers to put on it, so I'm just going to test anything into the derivative. So let's just say I test 2. So if I plug 2 into the derivative, and remember we're plugging it into the derivative, it's called an f prime chart. If I plug 2 into the derivative, I will get a positive answer, which means this chart is always positive. And if the f prime is always positive, that means the function is always increasing or it's strictly monotonic. So I will say yes, there is an inverse. Yes, f of x has an inverse. And I will just say since f prime is always positive, what that shows us is then f is strictly monotonic, which is exactly what we wanted it to be. Okay, number 10, let f of x equals the square root of x minus 4. Find the inverse derivative at 2. So if you recall, we could do this the old-fashioned way, but I'm going to say let's do some calculus. Our formula is going to be the derivative of an inverse is equal to 1 over f prime of the inverse at 2. And then if you recall, to find the inverse of 2, we are going to plug 2 in as the y value in the original function. So we'll have 2 equals the square root of x minus 4. I'm going to square both sides, so I'll get 4 equals x minus 4. Add 4 to both sides, I get x equals 8. So what I have just found now is that that answer is 8. So now my problem is 1 over f prime of 8. So I'm going to plug 8 into the derivative, but first of all, I have to find the derivative. So f is equal to x minus 4 to the 1/2, and I'm going to do a u substitution here, so this is really u to the 1/2. F prime is equal to 1/2 u to the negative 1/2 times the derivative of x minus 4, which is just 1. So if I rewrite this, it's going to be 1 over 2 square root x minus 4. Okay, now I would like to find f prime of 8. So if I plug 8 into this problem, I'll get 1 over 2 times the square root of 8 minus 4. 8 minus 4 is 4. The square root of 4 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So that derivative is equal to 1/4. So now I have just found that that is equal to 1/4. So now I have 1 over 1/4. 1 divided by 1/4 is 4.